Hey everyone, it's Tasleem, and I am so excited to be going out tonight. The thing is, I am going solo, and I realize that there are a lot of connotations to that people, including myself, sometimes make assumptions of. Like, this person does not have any friends, they don't know how to socialize. They must be very antisocial. They are not friendly. They are nerdy. They're socially awkward. There are all these things. And I find myself sometimes going into restaurants, even karaoke places. Like I've been known to travel, go and hang out in bars, restaurants, wherever on my own. And when the hostess or waitress asks, or hostess or waiter, I should say, asks for how many, I realize a lot of times I say for one. And I've decided I'm going to stop saying just, because just makes me feel like I am reinforcing this idea that just one, like one is not really a lot. It's not enough. And if it's me that's the one, I want to make sure I'm telling the universe and myself that I'm enough. It's not just one. It's a table for one. It's one, like the one, the person that you are, the soul that you're going to be with for the rest of your life, the one person, the one being that is going to be with you, has been with you from birth till when you pass away. And even, those of you who know me, I believe in afterlives. So after that journey happens, you're still going to be the one that's with you. And it's not just a just. It's one. It's the best one. It's the you that's the one. And it's funny how I get a little awkward because I get worried more about what other people are going to think about it. But to be honest, when I go out and I go by myself, I have so much fun and I meet a lot of people. And sometimes it's kind of a relief not to be dragged in so many different directions if you're with too many people. Don't get me wrong, I love my friends, but I am definitely one of those people that prefer to be around one or a few, like a small group of friends that I know, rather than being in a big group. Like, I don't know how people travel in big groups unless it's for dancing. That's a whole other thing, because I feel like my reason for going is dancing and everyone's there for the same passion and whatever. But I admire people that can go to a place by themselves, hold their own. They don't act awkward about it. They don't think it's weird, because they know that that one that they are showing up as, it's not a plus one. It's just, see, I catch myself saying just one. It's one. They know that one is valuable. They value themselves. And some people pull it off in such a way that you don't even realize that they came by themselves, because by the end of the night, everybody wants to hang out with them. I was at karaoke the other night and I showed up by myself. And I know some of the regulars there, but I don't really hang out with them. But there was a long lineup of singers, and in between my singing and the next song that I would sing, like, I just decided to sit in different areas of the bar that I wouldn't normally sit in. And every time I went and sat somewhere else, I met someone else. Sometimes they approached me, sometimes I approached them. It was not just men, like, that wasn't the situation. And in fact, I get really cold in places, and there's a fireplace in this bar, and I went to stand near the fireplace, and there was a couple, or at least I thought they were a couple, a guy and a girl, a young couple, um, who I just said, like, pardon me, I'm just gonna stand near the fireplace for a little bit. And they were like, why don't you just come and sit down? And they actually parted their seats so I could sit in the middle of them. And by the time I got back to the table that I normally sit at with the host for karaoke, one of the girls at that table was like, you're just like such a social butterfly. And I was like, honestly, I'm not. That was my first reaction. But then I thought, wait a second, I am. I mean, what does that even mean? It just means that I can interact with different people, whether I know them or not. I don't feel uncomfortable about it. And the bottom line was that just because I came by myself does not mean that I am a lonely person, or that I don't deal well with people, or that there's something wrong with me. And like I said, I admire people that go around traveling or can walk into a room on their own and they don't need other people around them. Like, I have friends and people in my life, family members, that I know for a fact if they walked into a place by themselves, like, first of all, they wouldn't do it. They would feel silly and they would think it looks like there is something wrong with them. And then if it happened by mistake, they would definitely try to find every way to get out of there. They wouldn't just stick around. And I'm one of those people that I'm like, no, I am going to enjoy myself. I'm not going to worry whether I'm with someone or not. And I also think it's really important for me to say that that doesn't mean that I don't want someone in my life. It doesn't mean that I don't want to be with someone and I prefer to just, you know, like it's a burden to have someone around. That's not the case either. But I think when you actually learn how to enjoy your own company, I've said this in other videos, you teach other people how to, like, how you value yourself and your company, and it makes it so much easier for them to value you and your company. I shared in a few videos back how I went to an event by myself. Actually, it's the same event a month later. And because I thought other people would think it's awkward that I showed up so early and by myself, I started acting awkward. But nobody actually said, oh, this is weird that you came by yourself. And, you know, even if they did, I would very quickly realize that that person is just insecure because they would not be able to do that. But I started acting awkward because I worried about what other people would think. And I'm like, no, I'm going to enjoy myself, and this is kind of the best of both worlds because I get to meet new people and be around people and around a lot of people and my favorite old school R&B DJs and music. But I also get to choose when I leave which room I'm going to go into. Like, there are two rooms with music. You know, if I am not able to dance much because of the weakness in my leg, like, I can sit down, I can go next door and, like, get a tea or something. Like, I have so much choice of where I'm going to go, but I also have so much choice of who I'm going to spend time with. And it doesn't make me feel awkward or alone or like there's something wrong with me. It actually makes me feel really empowered because how many people out there do you know, and are you one of them, that can actually walk into a place by themselves, go to an event by themselves, and not feel sad, like something, is missing in their life, that they shouldn't be there alone because other people will judge them if they show up by themselves. I am so excited to say that I am not one of those people. I definitely have the voices in my head that tell me that there's something wrong with it. I definitely have this like perception in my head that some people are looking at me like, oh, like, the first question they'll say is, who are you here with? And I've in the past pointed to a group of people just saying like I'm, with those people if it's a guy that is creeping me out that asks me who am I here with, just so that I can make it very clear that you can't just hang around me and there are people looking out for me. But other than that, I'm not going to worry about whether people think I'm with someone or not. And actually, I've realized in the past that, and even more recently, like sometimes people will think that I am with someone, so they won't approach me because they think like that I am in a relationship with someone that I was just talking to or whatever. And when I go out myself, people are much more willing to take a chance. They're not going to be rejected if they get rejected in front of me and a whole group of friends. It's just me. And it actually sometimes works out in my benefit. So going solo, particularly to dance events and dance classes, so many people have asked me like, oh, I want to take tango or I want to take salsa, but I don't have a partner. I'm like, I all the time for all the years that I was dancing went by myself. And it's not only amazing socially because you meet so many different people, but for your dancing, it's so good because you learn how to follow with different people rather than memorizing steps and getting used to someone's lead or follow, or, whether you're a lead or follow in your dancing journey. And I have danced with people that only dance with one partner and they come to an event with the same partner. And when they try to dance with me or someone else, we don't know what they're doing because they never actually learned how to lead, or the follow never learned how to follow. They just learned how to memorize their movements with each other. So go to dance events by yourself purposely, even if you're with someone, purposely rotate partners, go solo in some aspects of dancing so that you can learn how to be a good partner and really learn your part rather than memorizing and then not knowing how to do that with someone else. And it also helps your partnership. Like if you're already in a relationship and you're doing some things, learning your steps solo and learning shines and doing things on your own, when you come together with your partner doing the dancing, it's so much stronger than saying, oh, well, I have to go with someone and I have to learn it with this person because I will look silly going by myself, or what will people think of me? Or no, I, I know what I will think of you. I will think you are brave. I will think that you are strong. I will think that you are fun and you know how to deal with different people and you know how to be adaptable. And all of these qualities make you a great person. And I, ironically, would then really want to hang out with you because I know that you believe in yourself as a person that can stand on their own, which means that when you're around other people, you don't have the insecurities that you start putting on other people. You stand well in yourself. You might even admit your insecurities, but you don't need to be with someone in order to feel good about yourself. You already feel good about yourself, and then it attracts, yeah, this is the irony, is that it attracts so many people to you. So I'm going to have fun tonight going solo. I will know how it goes. Thanks all for listening.